So the leak is out, guys. Mike has spoken that we are gonna have the RAH-66 Comanche coming to the game as a premium aircraft for the US. So let's talk about what should you expect from this amazing helicopter design if it comes to the game. Okay, the first thing that you have to know is that this aircraft is a reconnaissance but also light, focus on this word, light attack helicopter. Okay, that's probably why it isn't going to be OP, and you will notice why. It is built by Boeing Sikorsky. It has two crews, of course, pilot and a co-pilot, like a gunner, right? First flight 1999, and the program was cancelled due to many reasons that we're not gonna get too much into it. In 2004, before entering in production. So they only built two of them, okay? And the idea of this attack helicopter is basically to have an Apache or a Cobra or something like that that is stealthy, right? The idea was to actually design the aircraft with a lot of the stealth technology developed before. The problem with it, of course, is the rotor. The rotor is something that you cannot really remove from a helicopter, obviously, because then it's not a helicopter. Yeah, I mean. And because of that rotor, normally helicopters are very easy to detect with radars, okay? But even with that, they try to make their best effort to try to have kind of a functional stealth helicopter, right? So the whole vehicle itself has a number of different techniques to reduce the RCS, the radar cross section, right? Basically limiting the detectability of the vehicle. They have RAM in their design, so a radar absorbent material, infrared suppressant paint, which is very cool. Even the sound of the helicopter was tried to be lowered compared to normal helicopters, so they have an all composite 5-blade main rotor, pioneering basically a canted rotor in the design, right? So it's using all sorts of technologies to try to be as stealthy as possible. It is a stealth helicopter. It's probably the only one we ever had, right, in real life. Of course, it will be seeable. Stealth doesn't mean it's invisible. That's the main thing that you have to, of course, think about. Okay, always think about that. But it's trying to be as stealth as possible. It has a 20 millimeter, gun, internal cannon, which is pretty cool. And it has an internal bay. That's the idea here. Of course, technically, it could carry stuff externally, but the idea was to actually just use the internal bays with 6 Hellfire missiles or 12 Stinger missiles, or a mixed match, so 3 in one of the sides and then 6 Stingers in the other, or something along those lines, okay? In the, of course, sensors and avionics, these would use, of course, night visions and all sorts of very good, cockpit systems. So it has all sorts of modernized systems from the 90s. It's very hard to find information about this helicopter, by the way, okay? And then it has a longbow radar, but in a miniaturized kind of version, okay? Also, it has a GPS system for navigation, and yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It can also use the Hydra rockets as well, and yeah, it would be a very normal helicopter, actually, okay? On the terms of the capabilities. It would use normal Hellfires, normal Stingers, and normal rockets. So that's why it's not going to be OP. On the flight performance, it is actually a pretty good helicopter. It can get above 300 kilometers per hour easily, even with, all sorts of, apparently a radar mast or something like that. I don't know how that works, but, more than 300 kilometers easily. And it can basically have like a 5 meters per second climb rate, which is pretty good for a helicopter. So in a general sense, guys, the helicopter is pretty normal, okay? It has normal missiles, Hellfires, Hydras, Stingers, stuff that we already know from helicopters that we have in the game. But the thing is, of course, it will be a lot harder to detect this thing. Will it be impossible? No, guys. The thing about this is that more modernized radars will be able to detect this thing very easily, I would say, from the ranges that we normally see. So I don't think this will be a problem for ground battles too much, okay? Of course, it might be a little bit because, of course, it's a premium vehicle, so there will be a lot of them. Especially being a Comanche, if it's added, I mean, it's a very iconic helicopter, right? So if it's added as a premium, a lot of people will buy it, and yeah, but don't expect this thing to be invisible, you know. Remember, guys, for example, even the F-117 can be detected by an Su-27 radar from up to like more than 40 kilometers. So yeah, it's pretty alright actually to detect, especially with airborne radars. With ground radars, I would think that the more modern ones would not have too many troubles dealing with it, but we will need to see how the stealth will work and how further away something like this needs to be able to be destroyed or detected by radars, right? I would think that it might be stealth, you know, above 10 kilometers or something, but up close, it will be detected, okay? And one good thing about it, always think about this, guys. The more stealth aircraft we have, the better the stealth in the game will be, the more realistic, and the more you can exploit using it or against it, right? So if it gets more realistic. So yeah, we need more stuff. I wasn't expecting something like this, but it is indeed a very cool helicopter that I must say I'm inclined to get this thing because, oh my god, it looks amazing. I mean, I love my Mi-24. It's probably my favorite aircraft of helicopter of all time, right? The Mi-24. But the Comanche, man, oh my god, that thing looks slick, doesn't it? With the bomb base closed, when it opens them, oh my god, it looks amazing. It looks menacing. So yeah, very cool helicopter. So I don't think it's gonna be that OP, okay? But it's gonna be annoying probably because it's gonna be filled with people buying it if it's a premium, okay? So have that in mind, okay, when you are considering if this aircraft will be good or not. And yeah, guys, remember, these are leaks coming from very reliable sources, so of course probably it is coming. I would be really surprised if it didn't. Normally, at least the first ones, they are always very broad, so maybe it's not a premium, maybe it's gonna be a different thing, but at the end of the day, it normally comes, okay? So let me know in the comments what you think about the Comanche. Amazing helicopter for sure when I get it for myself. Let me know in the comments if you are gonna get it, and I see you guys on the next one. So bye guys, see ya.